It was former President Bahrrat Jagdeo's turn to be questioned by ranks of the Special Organized Crime Unit on Monday in relation to the controversial Pradoville 2 lands. Just before Mr. Jagdeo was interviewed by Suku ranks, he maintained that his presence at Suku would set the precedence for PPP to file corruption charges against David Granger administration.
Viewers and subscribers, welcome to Guyana TV. Today we have three very important topics we are going to discuss in this video. First topic up is former President of Guyana, Mr. Bahrrat Jagdeo, prove to the world and Guyana especially that he is a multi-millionaire in US money by purchasing a mansion with the estimated worth of 175 million Guyana dollar. I have a video with the mansion and I have some clips. You need to stay tuned and find out and see what is worth 175 million Guyana dollar. The another topic up is Security Minister Mr. Kemraj Ramjatan is in a lot of trouble, a lot of scrutiny. We are going to talk about Mr. Kemraj Ramjatan in this video today. Last topic but not the least topic is a 500-year-old Dutch tree causing my Coney residents a lot of superstition and a lot of fear. This video today, my Guyanese people, full of information and everything that is taking place in our beautiful country. Before this video start, make sure you subscribe to Guyana TV, leave a comment and you could thumbs up this video. Let's get this video started. Viewers and subscribers, my fellow Guyanese people, news circulating around social media suggests that former President of Guyana, Mr. Bahrrat Jagdeo, recently bought a luxurious mansion with an estimated value of 175 million Guyanese dollar. The reason why this story is so unusual and so funny and so nerve-wracking is because former President of Guyana, Mr. Bahrrat Jagdeo, have been out of office for about 10 years now and could still have the financial ability to make such expensive purchase by purchasing a mansion that have an estimated value of 175 million dollar. That is corruption to the highest, people. If you follow Guyanese politics, or you're well with Guyanese culture, or you know Guyanese news up to date, you shall know that Mr. Bahrrat Jagdeo is the owner of several mansions in Guyana. News circulating is that former President of Guyana, Mr. Bahrrat Jagdeo, moved out from his mansion that he was occupying and moved into this luxurious mansion that is 3-story. 21 bedroom and 6 bath with 3 garage that is located on the Linden Suicide Highway, heavily guarded. Recently, top members of PPP political party was brought before the government for answered charges of corruption stemming from Pradoville 2, but there was not enough evidence for the government of Guyana to lay charges, and this is one of the reasons why they was brought in, because the government of Guyana know and realize that top members of the PPP are there and in corruption. The reason why I'm saying that, if the former president, who could be out of office for 10 years now, could take 175 million dollar and buy a mansion, just imagine that, Guyanese people. Leave your comment and tell the country what you think about this story. Bahrrat Jagdeo taking 175 million dollar and buying a 3-story mansion on the Linden Suicide Highway. Before Guyana gained independence from British, Guyana was ruled by the Dutch. The Dutch, according to our history that we was taught in school, the Dutch built the sea walls them of Guyana. The reason why I am saying that is because of this news clip that I'm about to play about this 500-year-old Dutch tree that was planted even before slavery. This tree is planted up Maikoni and it is causing a lot of confusion in the village because the villagers is fearing that this tree is having some kind of spirit and is causing vehicle to be crashed, to cause accident on the road and people to losing their mind. Check out this video and leave your comment and tell the country what you think about Dutch Battle and Dutch tree.
A large tree has stood in the middle of the public road in Perseverance, Maikoni for decades. It has a long and storied history, but for years it has simply been referred to as the Dutch tree. Now, despite its age and stature in the community, several residents are calling for it to be removed. One resident claimed that the tree has caused a series of auto accidents over the past 40 years, many of them fatal. And despite it only being February, residents have already reported at least 5 accidents for this year.
This tree signifies a landmark, which lives are more important than the landmark. And what is taking place here now, because of the speeding, we get a lot of accidents. From November to now, it's approximately 5 or 6 accidents. And it's not safe for pedestrians, people who using the road, pedal cyclists. Much more, look where this woman here is living, Chichester. This is a target. This particular yard is a target, right? And a lot of children in that yard. Now, this is over 40 years problems.
Residents provided photos of various accidents, one as recent as the 8th of February. According to reports, the accidents are reportedly caused by speeding drivers who lose control of their vehicles in the vicinity of the tree. Their maneuvering to avoid it often sends vehicles plowing into neighboring residents' fences before making an unwanted entrance into their yards.
Whenever the vehicles come and they start speeding down, they hit the side of these bumps and they can't control the vehicle anymore. So this caused the accidents. And what he was saying, that, you know, we want the tree to be removed and a road structure built there, which will be safer for the pedestrians and the vehicles and the vehicle owners.
Every night I just ride on this road, low bed with haul and them things. This road, this two-way is very small. Them come with haulers and big iMac and drag line on top and them things. By the time you catch yourself, them done up on you and them things, you barely catch yourself and come off the road and them things. There's enough time and you get knocked down here and them things. And with the two-way, many times too, I come and pick up dead bodies here. We end up vehicle, we have to break up vehicle for catch out bodies and them things. And not one time, not 2 times, I end up to Maikoni hospital with people and them things. And the only purpose is to take out the smell, because by the time them people catch themselves coming from that side, them done there on the middle. And them taking one side. By the time they hook for one side, the middle of the two-way road take the car and the man have no control over it.
Shamar Chichester counts herself among those residents who have received such an unwelcome entrance. Her recently built shop located on the public road was crashed into by a police truck last November. Nonetheless, the residents are further requesting the police put in place other possible safety measures to avoid future accidents on this roadway. For Channel 2 Head.
Viewers and subscribers, this thing with the Russian trying to interfere with Guyana election is not going away. Recently, the Minister of Security, Bahrrat Ramjatan, was addressing this situation. So, Guyana critics take a time out to expose Mr. Bahrrat Ramjatan and the old Russian narrative. So take a look at this video right now that I'm about to play, where Guyana critics is exposing Mr. Bahrrat Ramjatan and the Russian narrative that PPP brought the Russian them for enhance the political campaign so they could win the election. Check this out.
You know the press got wind of the Russians. High intelligence thing going on.
I decided as security minister still to ensure that it be brought to the attention of everyone.
I'm trying to be sugar them, man.
I will take some questions now.
Mr. Rothschild, could you say say, Stefan Martin from Guy Chronicle, could you say if the Russian embassy has been made aware of the issue, written formally on the matter, could you say Amchak to direct a statement that indicates Amchak if they would have been called in since it's a matter of security?
We did not call in the Russian embassy.
They call in the Russian embassy. Why the Russian embassy?
We did not know their connection.
How you calling the Russian embassy for Americans and Austrians and Liberians?
Connection.
There's no Russian embassy connection, but there's a Russian connection.
Because even from our intelligence, President Bahrrat Jagdeo was talking to them via phone.
President Bahrrat Jagdeo was talking about
He's very fluent in Russian.
Bahrrat Jagdeo speaking Russian with the Russians. Bear in mind,
and we understand that
Bahrrat Jagdeo was speaking Russian with the American, the Libyan, and the Austrian. President Bahrrat Jagdeo speaking here. That is why me don't talk like. If you listen to me, me talk the same story 100 because that's what me say it. Or it comes that I say I don't know. I don't know. You gotta listen to this man. Listen to what he's saying here, and listen to what he's saying yesterday on the radio. President Bahrrat Jagdeo. At this time, you must see already getting in here that well, you can jump back on the view alone. Because the shit will be funny. You understand? Hello, good morning. Right? President Bahrrat Jagdeo was speaking Russian because he knows Russian. So there's a Guyanese speaking Russian, with a Libyan speaking Russian, with an American speaking Russian, and an Austrian speaking Russian. And the fourth one he's speaking, he run like a rat. He's that to speak. Let me get the action.
What with them? And what was with them? Sorry.
So businessman Amcham was with them.
But the other thing I should mention in that is that these fellas, the two Russian Libyan and the American Russian, they indicated that they came here to work for Exxon. And the minute we sent them and deported them on what we got, it was PPP lawyers and not Exxon lawyers that were calling for them.
In this country, only got PPP lies and PNC lies. So he vexed that the PPP lies was, and not the PNC lies.
Yeah, Minister, was any check made with Exxon? And could you also
check with Exxon? That's what nonsense you can't ask.
If these persons were Russians or so on, why there wasn't a name?
I would not get into all that.
Can't get into that, don't ask me stupid question, boy.
They are out of the country.
Don't get rid of them. What do I get rid of them for?
Go ahead with the question. Go ahead with the question.
I'm asking if the Russian embassy was contacted.
No, it was not.
Was Exxon contacted?
No, that makes sense.
I understand Exxon may have been contacted.
I understand Exxon may have been contacted.
Like Commissioner Police.
Okay. And why was this not brought? When they were deported?
By the way, the Commissioner of Police can't be found to clarify that, right? It was contact. All that's going on. Russians in the country. Commissioner of Police can't get by me. Me now come attack them kind of like way I ask me.
The press is aware of it and have been asking me.
Nobody never asked you. Is you company story?
So this at the beginning, was it considered to be when they were deported and you believe that they might have been attempting to influence the elections? Don't you think that it might have been important for the public to know that this is
let me explain.
It's a sensitive matter. Better lie explain.
Channels. The requisite organizations were contacted. Fortunately, they examined the situation and the information that they received. They deemed it information credible. And they found 3 of the 4 persons. And given that this was occurring on the early morning of the most important day in our history, the decision was taken that they had no grounds for these persons to be here.
How does she know this is the most important thing? And she there with the people them, what got we 2 months after ain't get election results? She knows this is the most important thing. Here the lady target. You listen, that was easy.
Alerted, and the security agencies dealing with the situation, which they dealt with. Can you imagine the chaos that would have ensued if this was available on the on Monday?
Election day.
We can assure you
it would have been a big problem. But you ain't get a count yet and should disclose. Hello, good morning.
Police force should have.
No, I don't believe it.
Why the PPP get rid of Nagamutu and Ramjatan? Because they don't have no brain.
I think not. I would beg to differ. In light of the fact the PPP didn't get rid of, they left and went on to create a party that has misled a whole nation and got the PPP in shit right now. So I think they mightn't be as stupid as you would want to suggest. Think about it.
No, because you're watching the way how he's speaking with the Russians, and everybody is not the Russian.
No, but here, we skinning you up. But where he playing mad and stupid, because I can tell you, you have that man will come and represent. You're looking at him just days after the election, after March 3rd. Himself and a lawyer, 2 lawyers, speaking a whole set of jargon to the nation at a legitimate press conference. It's not a sideline, just a cuss-up rum drink thing. This is 2 people who hold a press conference and feed the nation bullshit. Then, Comrade Jatan went on radio yesterday, national radio, and feed the people more bullshit. So, them banner might be actually smarter than you think. We talk, bro. Don't get confused with them and think stupid is stupid. Deceiving, deceitful, conniving. Yes, not stupid. They are play stupid.
They were at all able to make any alteration at GCOM. If that was checked out, and what is the status of that?
I cannot say.
You know, if they cause any problem with GCOM.
Could you say what type of equipment if you could just give us maybe
Flash drives, computers, tablets, and a number of other things electronic.
Were those
flash drive come?
Yes, they were.
They're in the possession of the police.
Yes, they are in possession.
They are on social media. So, in an effort to prove to the populace that this is not just clutching at straws and we are dealing with something real here.
Big Smith pick up right there. That they're clutching at straws.
They explain what they would have seized from these people at spot.
I don't believe so, but I can talk to the commissioner and we can probably send it out to the president.
Do you have evidence that the opposition leader was in discussion with the
Here's this right.
Yes, we have intelligence means intelligent. You've gone that far, but there is a certain wall that we can't. You want to photograph of?
If you're not intelligent, we can't tell you this.
No, please.
Please stop. I can't answer the lie.
You have to trust.
You have to trust.
The agency.
This is trust now.
Okay, second question. What would be your response?
Bear in mind, Comrade Ramjatan, the public security ministers asked you to trust the security agency, which has not come out and said anything. To trust the Guyana police force, which has not come out and said anything in relation to Russians. You understand? You see, where the divide is, and most Guyanese don't understand, politicians have been...
Yes, viewers and subscribers, my fellow Guyanese people, thank you for watching this video to the end. Please subscribe to Guyana TV so you will always get the latest and greatest Guyanese news. Make sure you thumbs up this video and you can leave a comment so you will be a part of the discussion. Guyana TV.